Okay, we're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave with you. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing something a little bit different. Every time I say that on the show, I realize I'd say it often, but one of the ideas behind the How to Podcast series is that I could do a little series of episodes together in a group and then move on to something else. And still all around podcasting and still all around helping you as a podcaster. And what's going on for me personally at the time of recording is my wife and I, in our house, we've had two back-to-back floods in the period of 5 days. And we've had a ton of water, which has then caused the sewage in the city to find a new home in our house. It's just not been very fun at all. And I have completely shut down from my podcasting space. We were waiting for people to come in and rip apart our lower level of our house. That's going to be fun. So we're trying to figure things out. And at the same time, I have this thing called the podcast. And you're like, Dave, you really don't need to podcast. You should be doing something else. Well, I've been doing something else for 20-hour days over the last 5 days, 6 days now. And this is my break. So don't shame me for taking a break. People are like, you should take a break. Yeah, my break is podcasts. That's my break. So I'm here with you, and I'm glad you're here to play. So if you're your first time here, welcome to the show. My name is Dave. I'm in Ontario, Canada, and I love podcasting, and I love being with you. So we're going to talk today about how to podcast when life floods over, how to create through crisis, because crisis finds everyone at some point. What do we do about our podcasts in that case? As I look at the events of our last week or so, it's heart-wrenching to go through something like this. We are having to make decisions about what to keep, what to toss. It's downsizing in a very short amount of time. Something we've been putting off for a long time. Being organized, getting everything together in one spot. Why do we have that thing we've had for 30 years and we've never touched? That kind of stuff. And I wouldn't say we're hoarders. We've just got a lifetime of kid stuff that has been part of our home. And now it's time to make some hard choices about what we keep and what we loosen ourselves from around our stuff. I wanted to do like a little mini series about podcasting and crisis because it's going to find all of us at some point. And I want to try to level set how podcasting rates a priority over everything else that we do. Because podcasting isn't the only thing, and it's not the most important thing, I would say, for all of us that are listening. But at the same time, it is important to our audience and our connection with them. I recently heard a podcaster that I admire who's been on this show, and he was talking about needing a break because he was getting close to burnout. That's another thing that can happen in podcasting where we run out of space. We run out of room to do the thing. And it's really tough. So as podcasters, we need to figure out where podcasting sits in relation to some of the other things that we are focused on. And for me personally, I've been just shocked in a good way, shocked at the response of the people who follow the show. People have been donating, buy me a coffees and sending me messages, reaching out, which has been amazing. We have our little WhatsApp group for our meetup group, and they've been really kind there. It's just nice to know people are thinking of you. For my wife's work, people have been reaching out through her. And one of her co-workers and friends brought over food tonight for us to eat because cooking after doing all this is just not in the cards. So it's nice for people to do stuff like that. And I just reminded of the kindness that we can have in life and do the little things. And people will really appreciate a lot of little things when things go wrong. So if you know of somebody going through something tough, just think of them and reach out and just anticipate it's a yes, that they need something. And that time is, it's great when you hear from people like you. So thank you. So life can be really chaotic and unpredictable. And as podcasters, that doesn't really fit with our calendar, right? I think my approach to podcasting in a time of crisis, when things are really chaotic, is to do what I can. Again, one of my favorite quotes: do what you can with what you have where you are. Don't do too much, don't do too little, is the balance that I find that I'm trying to strike. Again, this is my break time. So, and I don't feel like I'm obligated to you to create an episode right now, but at the same time, I feel like this is a great way for me to connect with you and put this out there, because there might be somebody else that's struggling in some other way, similar or different, but just struggling to see how podcasting fits into the chaotic seasons of life. So you don't need permission from me at all to start, stop, or pause your podcast. There's no rules in podcasting. There's nobody here to admonish you and slap your hand if you don't podcast enough or often or whatever. But I've really been thinking through around what consistency means. And it's not the frequency of what we do. Consistency is the fact that you are in people's minds, in their conversations. People are thinking of you. And I would much rather have somebody listen to a podcast, this one or one of my other shows, and be thinking about it, dwelling on it, contemplating it, replaying it in their head throughout the week. That something touched them in a unique way that made the content stick with them. It's sticky content. That to me is more important than 100 downloads or being a top 100 podcast. Having somebody take the things that we share on the show and contemplate it. That's a stat you can't get. That's my dog. That's a stat you can't get when you look at your stats, is when somebody is thinking about your stuff on repeat, even though the podcast is well over. When you can connect with somebody that way, that's the kind of connection I think. That's consistency to me. Again, it's not the frequency. It's not how many times you produce an episode, not how often you release an episode. It's the fact that people are consistently thinking about you. They build their world around you. And the frequency is like the second part, not as important as the consistency. So when you're struggling, like that podcaster I mentioned earlier about feeling burnt out, maybe the frequency is out of whack. Maybe that's the problem. I don't question his consistency at all. He's a great podcaster. But maybe just doing too much on his own without leveraging the team around him. Maybe that's the solution, to take a passenger seat, let somebody else drive. Maybe that's all it needs to happen. But again, I'm looking at it from the outside. I can't really speak to motive or intent or where he's at in his level as a podcaster, as in his journey. But for me, doing 365 in a row, I'm sitting down and recording this at like 6:45 at night in my backyard because I don't have a podcast studio anymore, because I just wanted to spend a few moments with you. So when things are chaotic, when life floods over and you're forced to create in crisis instead of running away from your podcast, maybe this is the perfect time to run towards your audience. I don't know, just for perspective. Think about it. If you ever need help with your podcast, reach out to me. I might be a little slow to answer if you're listening to this in real time. But in the future, I'm always there for you, and I'd love to have time with you. And I'd love to hear from you. And maybe leave me a message over at podcast.ca on the speak pipe and tell me a time when you were faced with a crisis and how you dealt with your podcast, how you dealt with the crisis, and your words of wisdom for somebody else who's going through something tough right now, and how to stay in touch with your audience and not walk away from your show completely. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your suggestions. This podcast is about us, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. howtopodcast.ca. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here. I'll be tired, but I'm here because I want to spend time with you. howtopodcast.ca. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for being here. Thank you for listening to the end of the podcast. You're here with me. I'm so grateful. I want to put something in front of you. For the person that's listened this far, you're my new best friend. So what I'm trying to do every month is I have a goal, and you can help me with this goal. Very simple. What I'm trying to do is have 5 conversations this month with listeners of the How to Podcast series. You don't have to have a podcast to respond. This can be the first time ever that we're going to have a conversation, but I'm looking to talk to 5 people. Now, you're still here, so you're one of the people that I would love to talk to next. So on my howtopodcast.ca website is a calendar, and I'd love to have you respond on howtopodcast.ca. Just click the calendar link, set up time in my calendar, and in the comments section for the meeting, just put something like listener. That's it. If you have a show, put it in the comments too so I can go listen. But if you don't, I just want to talk to 5 listeners every month from now to the end of the month. So if you're listening to me right now, you're the person I want to talk to. And through howtopodcast.ca, you and I can get together, chat about the show, chat about your journey as a podcaster. Where are you at? What do you need the show to become for you? What's missing? Your feedback. I just want to meet you. And as podcasters, I would encourage you to do something similar to this in your podcast so that you can meet and interact with your audience. So, howtopodcast.ca, I'm looking to talk to 5 people every month, and I would love for you to be one of them. Reach out. It's free. I'm not selling you anything. I just want to talk to you at howtopodcast.ca. Let's get in the calendar and chat. Thanks for listening.
You're still here. Okay. Well, I'm still in the backyard, and I'm loving my new studio. It's going to be great until like January, February, when there's like 2 feet of snow. But right now, it's very pleasant. So a question from a podcaster who reached out to me recently before all this flood stuff. And he was asking about making money with the show. And he said he tried buying me a coffee, but it didn't work. And he's like, Dave, why is it working for you? And so my response to him was, well, I asked him how often he was talking about his buy me a coffee. And he's like, here or there. I'm like, well, that's the first step. You don't have because you don't ask. So you have to keep asking. You got to keep putting it in front of people and remind them that it's there, because people are half listening at times and they don't even catch what you said. So if you say it once, you might as well have never said it at all. So keep talking about it. And you don't have to be salesy. You're just giving people the opportunity to respond, like them doing right now. If you want to buy me a coffee, I would love it. Right now, this is be very nice to have some coffee money, if you know what I mean. Howtopodcast.ca. You just do something like that. It's very simple. And when people find value in your content, they tend to stick around and support you. So do that. Talk about it often. Promote it. Try the other things that they do as well. If you can have a Patreon type model on Buy Me Coffee, where people can do a monthly ongoing donation instead of support instead of a one-time support. And you can go and do a monthly support, which is great. That's one option. They have a store where you can sell things, sell an extra chapter of your book, a quiz, downloadable something, right? Something special, an extra bonus episode. So you could sell it right from your website through your Buy Me a Coffee storefront. So there's a lot of different things you can do. So don't give up on it. And this person that just started and stopped, it's going to take some time. You're going to have a lot of nothing for a long period of time before you get anything substantial. And to everyone who continues to support me through that Buy Me a Coffee link, I really appreciate you. So go out there, talk about it like I'm doing right now. and people will pick up on it eventually. Don't give up. Keep podcasting.